Okay, and we are on the record in the matter of the City of Wyandotte versus Gene Garland Jr., 241243. And appearance counsel? Mr. Shemke? Mr. Shemke?
Yes, I'm sorry, Judge. I stepped away for a moment. I apologize.
Okay, that's okay, that's all right. Okay, and so counsel, your appearance, please.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Christopher Shemke, appearing on behalf of my client. This time we consent to the matter being heard via Zoom. As to the arraignment, we waive formal reading. My client stands muted.
All right, the court will waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment, and we'll schedule this matter for a pre-trial on September 11th at 10:45 a.m. And Mr. Garland, your name for the record, please.
My name is Gene William Garland Jr.
All right, and counsel, as to bond, please.
Your Honor, my client is 53 years old. He currently lives with a family member at Flat Rock. He has a strong family support system. He works for Billy's Roofing Company. He works full-time. He has 3 children, 2 adult children, 1 minor 16-year-old boy that he helps financially contribute to. He's not on probation or parole, so we respectfully request leniency when determining an appropriate bond. He indicates he will appear at any and all future court dates. When I did ask financially what would be something feasible, he indicated that he potentially could come up with $100. So we would just ask for any sort of consideration when determining an appropriate bond. Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Sir, your 2019 case out of the Third Circuit Court, you were sentenced to 2 to 5 years, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And so then, when were you released?
I got out. I can't remember the exact date, but I ended up serving 3 years because COVID broke out, and I had to do a domestic violence class. So I ended up doing an extra year, and when I was released, I did my whole parole on tether, which I completed 15 months on GPS.
Okay, sir, I don't know what dates you're talking about. So when were you released from prison and when were you discharged from parole?
I got off parole October 13th of 23.
Okay, so just under a year ago.
No, well, yes. No, it had to have been 22, I'm sorry, because I did 15 months. I'm not sure, man, my mind is but I did complete the whole parole. I never violated my parole or GPS. I did my whole parole on GPS, which was 15 months. And I did an extra year in prison because COVID hit and I had to do a domestic violence class to get out of there, which, like I said, it's.
So, sir, is it safe to presume that you were discharged from parole on October of 2023?
It had to have been, yes, ma'am.
The next month, it will be a year that you've been discharged from parole.
Yes.
Okay. And well, there's some pretty tough allegations in here, sir. And you're sure you live in Westland, sir? And who do you live there with?
I live in Westland. Man, I've been in and out of treatment centers. I don't have a permanent address. I live with my sister from time to time in Flat Rock.
Oh, well, hold on. So you were just released from your treatment program on Sunday?
Yes, Oakdale.
Oh. And then you made sure you find that. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do, sir. Who lives at the home in Middlebelt that you have listed on here?
My sister.
All right, the court's going to order, based upon your criminal history, the fact that you were recently on parole, you don't have any stable housing. I'm not even sure if you are working, sir, as you were just discharged from your treatment program on Sunday. And I can't imagine, well, then this occurred on Monday. So I'm not even sure how legitimate that is, and I don't know that your credibility is very high, given, your criminal history, the charges on your criminal history that deal with theft and dishonesty, as well as what one of the charges are in this matter. The court's going to order $10,000, 10% bond. You're not to return to Healthy Pantry. You're not to have any contact with the employees at Healthy Pantry. That's phone contact, text message, email, social media, third party, anything of the like. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. You are also not to possess or have access to any firearms and or any weapons. Do you have any of those, sir?
No, ma'am.
You are to have a GPS and alcohol tether through the Wayne County Jail in the event you post bond. Any questions?
I don't understand it. The charge, it says, the fraudulent scheme, I didn't understand. I'm the one that called.
It's alleged you gave the wrong name, sir. I think it's alleged you gave Gino Gambino or something.
Okay, I was just trying to clarify, because I've been in front of you before.
And it's one of your 5 charges, so.
Okay, I just wanted to understand what it was.
Okay, all right, thank you. Have a good day. Off the record.
Thank you, Aaron. Have a good day.
Thank you.
The defendant, Mr. Sterling Popejoy. Mr. Popejoy, please state your name. Mr. Popejoy, please unmute.
You unmute, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Please.
Okay. I
State your
just
name.
never did this before.
State your name.
My name is Sterling Popejoy.
All right, Mr. Popejoy is on probation with this court for possession of drug paraphernalia. Mr. Popejoy was sentenced in this matter on March 27th. He had a prior probation violation hearing on July 10th. And this one is allegedly he tested positive for alcohol August 6th and August 14th. And counsel?
Your Honor, so Mr. Popejoy is aware that he has a right to a hearing. He's aware of his rights. He would like to plead guilty with an explanation, Your Honor.
All right, please raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this matter the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
Okay. And, sir, you heard the allegations and asked, correct?
yes,
And as to those allegations, how do you plead?
well, I'm guilty.
All right, and you've gone over your advice of rights with your attorney, correct?
Yes,
And you understand all of your rights for probation violation purposes?
yes,
And you also understand by entering into a plea that you'll be waiving some of those rights.
yes,
And you also understand the possible penalty in this matter, that recommendations for you to continue and complete all terms of probation, pay a $50 probation violation fee, serve 10 days jail, and then 30 days on the alcohol tether upon your release, correct?
yeah,
And knowing all that, do you want to continue with your plea?
yes,
All right, and, has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
no,
All right, and counsel, if you can please order your client.
All right, Mr. Popejoy, on the date in question, Your Honor, I believe it was, what was the date? Because I don't have it in front of me.
August 6th and August 14th.
On August 6th and August 14th, did you drink alcohol or ingest alcohol?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I think that satisfies the elements of the violation.
All right, the court finds the plea as knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea to the probation violation. And as to the recommendation.
So, Your Honor, we understand the recommendation. I want to give you some context as to what happened. The defendant, Mr. Popejoy, has been sober for over 25 years. To the date of he had not drank a drop of alcohol, had not drunk a drop of alcohol.
Nope.
He learned that his sister had died of cancer suddenly, and she was young. She was in her 60s and in her early to mid 60s. This was entirely unexpected. He was beside himself with grief. He went to visit his brother-in-law, the husband of the deceased sister, his brother-in-law, and he was consoling his brother-in-law, and his brother-in-law said, "Have a drink with me." And he didn't think about it at the time because he was consumed by grief over the death of his sister. He knows he should not have had a drink. And he apologized to the court, but this was not something malicious that was meant to disobey the court's orders. As I said, he's been sober for over 25 years to that date, and his sobriety is very important to him. And he is upset even more than disobeying the court's order with ending his sobriety after more than a quarter of a century of doing so. Your Honor, I would ask for mercy of the court, given the circumstances that this was his sister dying suddenly of cancer. He's been trying very hard to abide by his probation conditions. I've been working with him. What the court ordered. I was here at the last hearing, Your Honor, and we are working together on this. And I would ask that you not send him to jail because he's already consumed by grief over his sister, and he's suffering from that. And he's very sorry to the court, Your Honor.
Okay, so, and I can appreciate that. What date did you find out your sister passed away, sir?
They waited 2 weeks before they told me.
Okay, so that doesn't tell me what date you were told.
Me, I was told 2 days prior to going and seeing my brother-in-law.
What date, sir?
I wouldn't know the actual date.
Well, Mr. Popejoy, you said it was 2 days before, so you learned August 4th?
Then, yes, it'd be around the 4th, yes.
Okay, so then tell me what happened that you were still tested positive 8 days later on the 14th.
That I have no idea what happened there. No, I don't know nothing about that.
And Your Honor, when Mr. Popejoy retained me for this matter, he told me, yes, I did drink because of my sister, and I was visiting my brother-in-law, and we were both consumed by grief. He did not mention another date, and he's unaware of what happened on the other date. Your
Yes,
Honor,
I am.
all right. And Mr. Popejoy, what was the year? How old were you when you stopped drinking the last
33
time?
years old.
33. And you're
I
now
was
how old?
33.
All right. How old are you now?
I'll be 59 in November.
Okay.
I'm 58.
So, and the August 6th was the first time you took a drink and the only time you took a drink since
Exactly.
that time?
That's it.
All right.
Okay. All right, and sir, the court commends you on your years of sobriety. The court also extends its condolences on the loss of your sister. However, the court did order on July 10th that there be mandatory jail for any future violation. And on that date, you had a probation violation because you tested positive for cocaine. And so, the court's going to stand by its previous order. And the court's going to order 10 days jail 30 days on the alcohol tether upon your release from jail, $50 probation violation fee, and then you're going to continue and complete all terms of probation.
Your Honor, would you consider, given his circumstances, letting him do 10 days on the community work program or a hybrid of that and jail time?
Please.
So you cut out about, you said hybrid?
Yeah, like some jail time, but mostly court work service program.
No, the court ordered mandatory jail, the court's sticking by that.
Would you allow him to serve it on the weekends?
I don't know if Wayne County Jail is doing that. If they were doing that, then COVID happened. They weren't doing that. I don't know if anything's changed since they've moved. I don't know. I will look into that, and if it is something that's changed, the court will consider that, but at this point, it's 10 days straight jail.
Your Honor, can you give him a few days before he has to report so that the court can look into it and consider that? And so he can make arrangements. I don't want him to lose his job.
Report Friday the 6th.
At what time, Your Honor?
You have to email into Ms. Shaw and she'll give you that information, Mr. Pope.
Okay. Does that conclude this hearing, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was writing all that down. Thank you. Have a good day.
What just happened?
Sir, you're going to email into Ms. Shaw. The court sentenced you to 10 days jail. You're to report September 6th, and then 30 days on the alcohol tether upon your release. So email into Ms. Shaw and she'll give you directions as to how to report on Friday.
So I have to report on the 6th.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
all righty.
All right.